Good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you to the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship here today on the campus of Oklahoma City University. It will be the number 1 seed, Oklahoma City Stars, going up against the number 2 seed, Science and Arts of Oklahoma. The Stars today will be the designated visiting team, and USAO will be the home team now on the field. And let's get you the starting lineups for each side here today. First for the Stars, sitting at 46-4 overall, making their way to the championship game with wins against Panhandle State and Texas Wesleyan. And they make it all the way here to also against Texas Wesleyan again as well in a walk-off home run yesterday. 13-12 the score, and they make it to the championship game against Science and Arts. And we'll let you know their way to the championship game here as we are about to get underway with the first pitch. A beautiful afternoon, very, very breezy. Winds blowing, gusting to around 35 miles per hour. And stepping in will be the leadoff man for the Stars, the second baseman, Noah Barks. On the mound today for Science and Arts, as this one is high, is Harrell, the pitcher for Science and Arts. Swing and a miss from Barks here. The count 1-1. Your umpires for today's game are Chris Orline, Terry Harrison, Brooks Barfield, Brian Gash, Greg Moore, and Eric Rolls. So a 6-man crew operating today's game. 2 along the first base side, 2 along the third base side. The count now 2-1. 1 in midfield. This one inside. Little up as well. And a home plate umpire for this 6-man crew here today for the championship. Here comes the 3-1. Fouled off back. If you were here with us yesterday, it was a walk-off thriller in the bottom of the 9th. It was Peyton Crispin, a solo shot to center field. And the final score, 13-12 to get to the championship game. It's going to be a leadoff walk. And the Stars have a runner on to start this game. And this will be the third baseman, Darian Looper.
Third baseman, Darian Looper.
Going on the rest of the lineup today. Of course, it was Barks leading off, now Looper. Cross factor in the 3-hole playing center field. Peyton Crispin in left. Stevens will be the DH. Fred Walter at first. Felix Chenier-Rondeau in the start in right field. Chad Pike at short. Dylan Taylor, the catcher, in the 9-hole. And the starting pitcher is Jacob Wright, the lefty. This one high and inside from Harrell. Ball 1. So this is Josh Harrell. Harrell comes in with a 4.9 ERA. This is a breaking ball that misses high. Oklahoma City in their black unis, gray pants. Science and Arts in their green jerseys with white pants.
Caden Alexander's warming up on the side.
Here comes the 2-0. It's a throw to first. Checking on the runner, Barks. So Josh Harrell, the junior, coming into today, a 4.9 ERA. He's pitched 71 in 2 innings. Here comes the 2-0. It's low. The count 3-0 now. Harrell has given up 73 hits and 45 runs. He has 87 strikeouts to 30 walks, and he's now at 32 as he walks the first two batters of this championship game. And he'll bring up Cross Factor, best hitter in the NAIA, holds many of the records, still sitting on 25 home runs, tied with 8 people in Stars history to reach that mark. He has 2 on, no outs here. Chop towards short. Throw to third is in time. So it's a fielder's choice, 6-5 on the play to get Barks out. And there's 1 away. And this will bring up Peyton Crispin, the hero in yesterday's game, to bring it to the championship game here today for the Stars. It was a deep shot to center field. That last one was the shortstop Henderson to the third baseman Lewis. This one is inside. Looks like it missed, but it wasn't. It was a strike. Just got the inside corner. The count 0-1. And again, winds gusting directly to center field. Center field, left center, right there. If you get it up in the jet stream, it will go. This one fouled. Count now 0-2. For Science and Arts, the path that they made to the championship game, they came away with a 12-7 victory on their first game against Southwestern Christian. Time is called at the plate by Crispin as he has some dust blow into his eyes. On Saturday, Science and Arts got their second win, 10-0 in a run rule 8-inning affair against Wayland Baptist. And then yesterday, Science and Arts getting the win against Wayland Baptist to eliminate them. Wayland did make a run. This one gets away from the catcher, and it bounces off the home plate umpire all the way back to the backstop. Sort of a weird hop. Got away from the catcher, Pena. Bounced up high and actually hit the shoulder of the home plate umpire. And went all the way to the backstop. So runners move to second and third now. Looper at third, Factor at second. One-two the count with 1 out. Hit towards second base. Gaunt is there with it. Throw to first is in time, but that'll score a run. And the Stars are on top early, 1-0. So an RBI ground out for Peyton Crispin. Factor moves to third on the play. So 90 feet for the second run of the day for the Stars. And this will bring up designated hitter Cade Stevens. Popped up along the infield, third base side. Shortstop is under it. Henderson, he has a tough play. He finally makes a diving scoop for it. The winds are a problem here today, trying to deal with any pop-up at all or any fly ball. So the Stars just get 1 on an RBI ground out from Peyton Crispin. They strand a runner at third. And we move to the bottom half of the first here in the SAC Tournament Championship. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Hello, Stars fans. We welcome you back to the Sooner Athletic Conference Championship here at Jim Wade Stadium. On the round for the Stars is the big lefty, Jacob Wright, and he delivers a first pitch strike to Luis Pelayo. Now he grounds this to second. Barks is there with it comfortably for out number one. 2 pitches for Wright and 1 out. Wright comes in with a 4.07 ERA, a 3-0 record. He's pitched 24 in 1 innings. He's given up 18 hits. He has 28 strikeouts to 12 walks. Batters are hitting .207 against the big lefty 6'6" senior out of Cass City, Michigan. This one outside for ball 1 to the shortstop, Henderson. This is Brock Henderson. He fouls this away off to the right. Henderson is a junior out of Chickasha. He was originally at the University of Oklahoma. This one is outside. The count is 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 from Wright. Hit up the middle, pass right and into center field. There's a grounder hit hard right through the middle. And so the first hit of the day is from Science and Arts off the bat of the shortstop, Henderson.
The catcher, Joey Pena.
And this will bring up the catcher, Joey Pena, senior out of Mustang, Oklahoma. Right, checking the runner at first. This one outside. 1-0 the count. This one in the dirt. It gets away from Taylor a little bit. He checks the runner at first, not going. Jacob Wright's last outing, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs to Friends, as this one is just foul along the third base side. It was ripped hard. 2 pairs of eyes along the lines here today for this championship game. Again, Wright, his last outing on April 26th. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Here's a pitch hit deep into left, and that'll be gone for a 2-run home run. So Joey Pena gives Science and Arts the lead here in the championship game. Score now 2-1. And this will be the first baseman now. Peyton McDowell.
First baseman, Peyton McDowell.
This one outside for ball 1. This one in there for a cold strike from Wright. This one just misses, I believe, up. 2-1 the count. Again, 2-1 our score. Stars got an RBI ground out off of Peyton Crispin. This one fouled off the catcher, Taylor. Count even at 2-2. So an RBI ground out, scoring runner from third. Stars ended up stranding another runner at third base to end the inning on a pop-up. And then just now it was a 2-run home run to left, swing and a miss. McDowell going to first. Throw is low and it gets away. And it will be an error on the catcher, Dylan Taylor. So it will be a strikeout for Wright, and the runner advances as the ball goes into the dirt. The throw from Taylor was short-armed.
Second baseman Gage gone.
And now a runner at first with 1 out still. Swing and a miss. To the new batter, second baseman Gaunt. Gage Gaunt, sophomore. Batting .309. This one in the dirt, blocked by Taylor. Gaunt has come up with 60 runs scored for the Drovers. That leads all categories. He has 59 hits. This one hitting it into right center. And that'll be a 2-run home run from the second baseman, Gage Gaunt. And the score now is 4-1. Science and Arts on top, extending their lead now to 3. If you get good contact on it today, it will go. And both batters coming up with the home runs, Pena and Gaunt, certainly had that and kept pushing out of the park. And this will bring up the lefty, Gabriel Arroyo. Arroyo batting .389. He has 35 hits, 29 RBI on the season. Lefty on lefty matchup here. First pitch, low for ball 1. This one high. Comes the 2-0, it's outside. This one in the dirt, and it'll be a walk. So a 1-out walk, and we will have an early mound visit. Been a tough outing so far for the senior out of Cache City, Michigan. Jacob Wright, 2 home runs, 2 two-run home runs. One into left field, and this one, the last one, into right center. Four runs on 3 hits so far. Wright has 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And this will bring up the designated hitter, Jake Womack.
DH, Jake Womack.
Senior batting .306 for the Drovers. This one on the outside corner, strike 1. See if Wright can settle in here. Do have some action going in the bullpen for the Stars. It's going to be number 32, Chris Benefield, the righty. This one in the dirt, blocked by Taylor. One and one the count. Runner goes. He's picked off. Throw gets away from Walter as it's in the dirt. The runner will move to third now. And it will be a throwing error, the second for the Stars, as the runner advances all the way to third. Wright had him picked off. The throw to Walter got under his glove as it was low. Runner recognized it and moved all the way to third now. That one on the inside corner. 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2. Popped up along the third base side. And Pike comes up with it. The runner tags. Throw comes home, and it's not in time. It was a great play just in no man's land. Just inside the third base line. Left fielder couldn't get to it, but shortstop Pike was. He had to make an overhead catch. And the runner tagged from third to get the fifth run on the board for the Drovers. So 2 outs now. And this is the center fielder, Brandon Shumway. First pitch is a ball. Shumway, senior, batting .272. This one misses for ball 2. Shumway has scored 27 runs, has 28 hits, 28 RBI. This one in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. That one paints the outside corner. Count moves up to even, 2-2. Good breaking ball for strike 3. Shumway not agreeing with it. So a rough start for Jacob Wright in the first inning here. Starting things off was Pena, the catcher, a 2-run shot into left. And then another 2-run home run off the bat of Gage Gaunt. That made the score 4-1. And then it was a fly out into left, along the left field line. It was good play from Chad Pike, the shortstop. But the runner tagged from third to score on the sac fly. And so that brings our score to 5. Stars bats coming up. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Stars into 4-run deficit as we move to the top of the second. And leading things off will be Frederick Walter, senior out of France. And it's a strike. Breaking ball hit toward third. There is Lewis. The throw to first. Dug out and safe. It's going to be a hit as the umpire moved his hands away and his foot came off of the bag, did the first baseman McDowell. So it's going to be a throwing error from the third baseman, Lewis. The throw was a little offline and short. McDowell had to stretch out pretty far and took his foot off the bag. This one on the outside corner for a strike to the new batter, Felix Chenier Rondeau.
The right fielder.
Rondeau getting the start in right. Here comes the 0-1, swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup. So 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball one. Leading the Drovers in his first season is the head coach, Tyle Hankins. He's had a good season so far in his first year. Drovers get the number 2 seed in the tournament and sit at 35-12. This one pops straight up. Second baseman coming on to get it for out number 1. That's Gaunt. And this will be the shortstop, Chad Pike.
The shortstop, Chad Pike.
Chad Pike, a sophomore out of Southampton, New York. Pike on the season batting .304. He has 25 RBI, 45 hits. This one outside for ball one. Good crowd on hand from both sides for this championship game. Drovers coming just down the road from Chickasha. Runner slips and he's picked off as Fred Walter and tagged for out number 2. So the pitcher Harrell with a good pickoff to get Walter as Walter slipped trying to get back. And McDowell was there to tag him out. This one inside. Count at 2-0. This one hit deep into right. Drifting back, and that one is gone. It's a solo shot from Chad Pike. And the Stars cut into the Drovers' lead. It's now 5-2. And for Chad Pike, that's his 4th home run of the season. A big one right there with 2 outs.
The catcher, Dylan Taylor.
And this will be the catcher now, Dylan Taylor, in the 9-hole. Swing and a miss. He was ahead of that one on a changeup. This one outside, the count even at 1-1. Another one outside, also low, 2-1 the count. Breaking ball hits Taylor, and so that'll bring up the leadoff man, top of the order. It's going to be Noah Barks, And we will have a pinch runner coming in. It's going to be number 18. That's Hunter Linehan, freshman out of Edmond.
Noah Barks.
So the freshman out of Edmond comes in for Taylor at first. And this is Noah Barks. Barks had a leadoff walk to start today's game. This one is high. It was a breaking ball from Harrell. Harrell walked the first two batters of the game. Was able to get out of the inning with just one run coming across. Barks can get on. Darian Looper is on deck. This is a high breaking ball from Harrell. Count now at 2-0. Very warm afternoon in the 90s. Swing and a miss. It was a foul tip. Looked like a changeup from Harrell. He works from the left side of the rubber all the way on the left. Gives a check at Linehan at first. This one in the dirt. Blocked from Pena. Comes the 3-1 in the dirt low, and it'll be a walk. And the tying run now comes to the plate. It's Darian Looper. And time has been called, and we'll have a mound visit. Looks like it is the head coach, Tyle Hankins. We do have a little bit of action going on in the Drovers bullpen. We'll get a number here and let you know who it is. Looks like number 23, I believe. All right, so here comes Darian Looper, mound visit over with. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Chopped foul along third base. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. Count now at 0-2. Big at bat here for the Stars. They have a runner in scoring position at second, as well as Noah Barks at first. If Looper can get on, cross factor on deck. This one outside, blocked from Pena. Count now at 1-2. Warming up in the Drovers bullpen is junior number 23, Caden Alexander. One-two the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Pena once again. Good job from Looper trying to lay off a slider in the dirt. We are at 2s. Count 2-2, 2 outs. He steps off the rubber, did Harrell, checking Linehan at second. Pinch runner for Dylan Taylor. This one hit high into left, pushing and out of the park. A tying 3-run home run from Darian Looper. And we are tied 5-5. So Darian Looper, the senior out of Ada, delivers for the Stars. And we're tied back up at 5. That one initially looked like it didn't have enough on it, but again, the winds playing a factor here today, gusting to around 30 to 40 miles per hour, and it's directly out into left. The left fielder tried to jump up for it, Paleo, but it just got over the wall.
Cross factor.
And now cross factor at the plate. 0-1 the count. This one in the dirt, almost hits factor in the foot. What a response from the Stars. 4 runs put up here in the second. Starting pitcher Harrell having a tough time just trying to get out of it with 2 outs. And that's what you've seen a lot in this ball club. One of the best hitting clubs in the conference and the NAIA. This is way outside from Harrell. 3-1 the count. So initially this inning started off of an error where Fred Walter got on. This is chopped toward first, right along the line. McDowell with it, and he'll apply the tag for the out. And so 4 runs come across for the Stars to tie things up. It was a solo shot from Chad Pike, his 4th of the season. And then a big 2-out rally for the Stars that saw Darian Looper, a 3-run shot into left, to tie things up at 5. For Darian Looper, that's his 7th home run of the season. So we are off and running here through the top of the second. Now we move to the bottom half. The score 5-5. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you on the call for the SAC Tournament Championship game here this afternoon. We're in the bottom half of the second. And Wright delivers a first pitch ball inside to the batter, number 7, Luke Lewis, in the 9-hole for the Drovers. Swing and a miss. Count 2-1. Luke Lewis, a sophomore out of Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. Another swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. This one fouled straight back. Swing and a miss. And Wright delivers the strikeout to start the bottom of the second. And now we move to the top of the order. It'll be the left fielder, Paleo. Luis Paleo sees a ball from Wright. Paleo is a senior out of Aruba. Came by way of Connors State College. This one low for ball 2 from Wright. Swing and a miss. Here is a little check swing on it. Paleo is 0 for 1 as he fouls this one back. He grounded out to second in the Drovers' first at bat of the game. Here comes the 2-2. Hit high along the third base side. That'll get out of play in foul territory. Time is called at the plate. Looks like Crispin was out on the left, was trying to get back in his spot. Right will reset for this 2-2. He delivers. It's low. Count now full. Here comes the payoff. It's low, and it will be a one-out walk. And this will bring up the shortstop, Henderson.
At bat, Brock Henderson.
Brock Henderson singled up the middle. There's a hard hit grounder past Jacob Wright. He's 1 for 1. Wright's pitch in there for a strike. It gets away from Taylor, and the runner moves to second. I believe it was a pass ball from Dylan Taylor. It looks like he took his eye off the ball for a second. So it'll be scored as a pass ball. Seeing some uncommon stuff from the catcher, Taylor, usually very reliable, has a pass ball and a fielding error earlier on a strikeout from Wright. He blocks this one in the dirt. Count now at 1-1. Wright checks the runner at second and now delivers. Hit into center field. Factor coming on, and he has it. That one was right off the end of the bat and just kept pushing from the wind today. So 2 outs now. Big chance to get out of the inning for Wright with a runner in scoring position. And this will be Jose Pena. Joey Pena, beg your pardon. Pena opened the scoring for the Drovers with a 2-run shot to left in the bottom of the first. This one is low for ball 1. Runner at second is Paleo. Good breaking ball from Wright. Paints the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count. Wright checking the runner at second, now delivers. This one popped up along the infield. Wright is under it. He'll get out of the way. Looper coming on to get it for out number 3. So Wright strands a runner at second. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. And we move to the top of the third now. The score tied at 5. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. 5-5, our score. 5 runs for each side through 2 innings, and we're in the top of the third now. Drovers getting 5 of their runs in the bottom half of the first. Stars getting 1 in the top of the first. And they responded with a 4-run frame in the top of the second. And we have a new pitcher coming on for the Drovers, and it'll be the junior, number 23, out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Caden Alexander. He has 12 appearances, a 5-2 record. He's pitched 49 innings. He's given up 62 hits, 49 runs.
Now pitching Caden Alexander.
A strikeout to walk ratio 43-30.
Fielder, Caden Crispin.
And has an 8.08 ERA. So Caden Alexander now on the mound for the Drovers. And he will face the left fielder, Peyton Crispin. First pitch is low to the lefty for ball 1. Crispin is 0 for 1 on the day. This one is grounded foul along the first base side. Again, Crispin delivering the heroics yesterday in a 12-12 ball game in the bottom of the 9th. He had the home run to center field to win the ball game for the Stars in walk-off fashion, and bring them to today for the championship game. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball is high outside. Swing and a miss, and it's a strikeout to the first batter faced, Alexander. And this will bring up the DH, Cade Stevens. Cade is 0 for 1. He popped out to end the inning in the top of the first. First pitch to Stevens is outside. Cade, another senior on this senior-laden squad for Coach Danny Craybaugh out of Blanchard. This one popped up once again. The shortstop is under it. That's Henderson for out number 2. And this will bring up the first baseman, Fred Walter.
Now up, Frederick Walter.
Walter led off the top of the second, reaching on a throwing error from the third baseman, Lewis. Swing and a miss for strike one. Walter ended up being the second out of the top of the second. He was picked off trying to steal second. This one hit high into left, pushing, and gone! Fred Walter gives the Stars the lead, 6-5 on a solo shot to left. And for Fred Walter, that is his 13th home run of the season. 47th RBI. And once again, it's a 2-out rally for the Stars. This one outside to the new batter, Felix Chenier-Rondeau. The Canadian out of Quebec steps in. Here comes the 1-0. Popped up, fouled away toward the left. On deck will be Chad Pike if Chenier-Rondeau can get on here. What a game it's been so far. 5 runs through 2. And the Stars now with the lead on a solo shot from Fred Walter here in the top of the third. Definitely how you want to have a championship game. High scoring affair early. It's a breaking ball that just misses. Leave a little high. Count now 3-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Popped up. First baseman coming in, McDowell, for out number 3. So the Stars now take the lead on a solo shot with 2 outs from Fred Walter. His 13th of the season puts the Stars on top by 1 as we move to the bottom half of the third here at Jim Wade Stadium, SAC Tournament Championship. You're listening to Stars Baseball on NoSUSports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you on the call for the SAC Tournament Championship. We're in the bottom of the third inning now. The score 6-5. Oklahoma City on top against Science and Arts. First pitch to Peyton McDowell is a strike from Jacob Wright. McDowell is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. This one chopped toward third. Darian Looper with it. Misplays it on the hop. And the runner will move all the way around to second as the ball gets away in foul territory. And it's going to be scored a hit. It was a tough chopper to try to play on the bounce. He tried to glove it from the outside. And now it will be Gage Gaunt the second baseman stepping in with the runner in scoring position, no outs. Good slider there from Wright for strike one. Gage gone, put the Drovers on top, 4-1. This one is hit toward third. Looper with it. He takes a look at second and keeps the runner there. Delivers the throw to first in time for out number one. Good play there from Darian Looper. Senior out of Ada. Great job fielding for the Stars today and all season.
At bat, Gabriel Arroyo.
This will be Gabriel Arroyo. His last at bat was a walk. This one just misses inside for ball one. Check swing, peel to third, and it is a strike. That was a good call there from the third base umpire on the appeal. Here comes the 1-1. Misses inside. The count now 2-1. Gabriel Arroyo batting .389. He fouls this one back. Count even at 2-2. Arroyo drew his 13th walk of the season. In his last at bat, has a runner at second now. This one just misses the outside corner. Count is full, 3-2. The payoff, swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup from Wright that got Arroyo out front. And this will bring up the designated hitter, Womack.
The DH, Jake Womack.
Jake Womack, a senior out of Chickasha. Came by way of Stephen F. Austin University. First pitch to Womack is a ball. Womack had a sac fly, an RBI sac fly into left on the bottom of the first. This one just misses on the outside. 2-0 the count. The runner tagged did Arroyo from third on the play. Chad Pike made a tremendous catch just inside the third base line, sort of in no man's land, where Crispin in left field couldn't get to it. But the runner tagged from third to score the fifth run for the Drovers. And they went up top 5-1. Of course, Oklahoma City responded with four themselves to tie things up in the top of the second. This one's in there for a called strike. The count 3-1 now. Wright throws to second, way offline, but Barks is able to get to it. Wright taking time here. He will fix his jersey to tuck back in. Again, right, big lefty, 6'6", 235, senior out of Cass City, Michigan. He's played a great role in this Stars pitching staff. This one, a hot shot into the Drover dugout. Hope everyone's all right in there. Looks like everything's okay. Most of Wright's appearances this season coming in relief for the Stars. Here comes the payoff. This one in the dirt low, and it's a walk. So 2 men on for the Drovers. And this will bring up the center fielder, Brandon Shumway.
At bat, Brandon Shumway.
Shumway wearing number 1. Out of Chickasha, went to Chickasha High School. Stayed put. And is now playing for the Drovers in his senior season now. This one outside, 0-1 the count on the outside corner for a strike. This one hit along the third base side, lifted, foul. On top of the Loeffler building. Out and right in foul territory. You'll see a lot of those hit the top of the building. I would imagine tens to hundreds of balls up top of that building. The Loeffler building is a part of the science program for Oklahoma City University. Here comes the 0-2 in the dirt, blocked by Taylor. Good job keeping it in front. With the last walk from right, it does create a force. Might be a blessing in disguise, getting the runner at first. Here comes the 0-2 in there for a called strike 3. And Wright is pumped up as he goes to the dugout. He strands 2. And a 0 on the board from the Drovers. And we'll move to the 4th inning. And the Stars on top with a 1-run lead, trying to get some insurance and put some more runs on the board. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. The fourth strikeout for Jacob Wright on the mound. Gets a 0 on the board, and he strands 2. And we move to the top of the fourth now. Stars at bat, and it'll be Chad Pike leading things off. The shortstop. Pike, a sophomore out of Southampton, New York, gets the ball in the dirt. Pike's last at bat, he delivered a solo shot into right. He gets a strike here, the count 1-1. There's a solo home run into right field. He fouls this one back, 1-2. And that was Pike's fourth home run of the season on his solo shot. That's scored one of the 4 runs, as this one is inside. One of the 4 runs in the top of the second for the Stars. Tying things up was Darren Looper, his 3-run shot into left. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and it's a strikeout for Chad Pike. And this will be the catcher, Dylan Taylor. Taylor's last at bat, he was hit by a pitch. Hunter Linehan came in place for Taylor. First pitch lined to third baseman. He has it. That's Lewis. It was a good snag as it just stayed in the air. It was ripped by Taylor. So unfortunate there for the catcher, as this brings up Noah Barks, second baseman today. Has nothing recorded so far. He has a walk in the top of the first as he gets a strike here, the count 0-1. 2 walks for Barks here today. This one fouled back. Count 0-2. Darren Looper on deck. Barks, a senior out of Mustang, Oklahoma. Here comes the 0-2. Outside, 1-2, the count. We'll get you the final line for starting pitcher Harrell, as this one is fouled. Final line for starting pitcher for Science and Arts, Josh Harrell, 2 innings pitch, 2 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts. This one misses high. Count moves to even, 2-2. Josh Harrell had 44 pitches and 20 first strikes. He gave up 2 home runs to the Stars. This one outside. Barks able to move from an 0-2 count all the way to full 3-2. Six to 5 our score. Stars going on top in the top of the 3rd inning. This one chopped between second and short and third, beg your pardon. The throw off line from third baseman Lewis. It brought McDowell off of the bag. He tried to swipe tag Noah Barks, but Barks was already there. So runner at first, and this will bring up Darian Looper. Looper's last at-bat delivered a 3-run homer to left, scoring Hunter Linehan and Noah Barks to tie things up at 5 in the top of the second. Alexander comes set, now delivers. Time has been called right before he delivered the pitch. Took a long time in his set trying to focus on the runner at first, Noah Barks. Cross factor on deck if Looper can get on. This one on the outside corner for a called strike. Stars fans not approving of that one. Looked outside to me, but the count 0-1, 2 outs. Breaking ball hit toward third. Misplaying it is Lewis, the throw, and he's able to get Looper just in time. So Lewis initially had a tough time trying to keep it in front of him and glove it. But he's able to compose himself and make the throw to first to get Looper. So the Stars still on top by 1, 6-5. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. And we move now to the bottom half of the fourth. You're listening to the SAC Tournament Championship on OCUsports.com.
At bat, Luke Lewis.
Bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth inning. This one hit toward third on the first pitch that the leadoff man sees. And it's 1 pitch, 1 out for the Drovers. Swing and a miss here.
Number 11, Luis Palayo.
And it's Luis Palayo. This one misses inside. This one paints the inside corner. 1-2 the count. This one chopped up the middle. Shortstop is there. Pike, throw to first in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs for the Stars.
At bat, Brock Henderson.
And this will be Brock Henderson stepping in. This one hit toward third. Looper with it. The throw in time. A 1-2-3 inning. And the side is quickly retired. And we move to the 5th now. Stars still on top by a run. You're listening to the SAC Tournament Championship on OCUsports.com. A 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Wright. He retires the side through 3 groundouts, and we move now to the 5th. Cross Factor leading things off for the Stars. Dangerous hitter. This one fouled back. Factor on the season now sitting at .528 batting average. A 1.733 OPS. This one misses low for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Again, Factor sitting on 25 home runs, now at 79 RBI. He has 93 hits. Check swing. They say he went around on it. 1-2 the count. There was no appeal given to the third base umpire. And also the home plate umpire did not point at the bat as it went around. This one outside, the count 2-2. And that's what Coach Lyle is saying to the home plate umpire. Why didn't you give an appeal to third? And I would agree on that. This one low, 3-2 the count. On deck will be Peyton Crispin. Here comes the payoff from Alexander. Chopped foul toward the Stars dugout. The Drovers have won the last 3 Sooner Athletic Conference tournament titles. OCU in their history has 12 SAC tournament titles. And the last time that the Stars won was back in 2017. This one hit toward first. McDowell with it, the throw to Alexander, and he can't step on the bag in time. And Alexander giving a talking to the first base umpire, and he's pulling them back to the mound. And the head coach coming out to give his protest, Tyle Hankins. And he is not approving of it. Yelling at the umpire. He might get tossed here. We'll see. Yelling face to face right in front of him. It was a close play at first. Cross Factor ran it out well. McDowell got it moving to his right. The throw came to Alexander. And they said that he didn't touch the bag in time. And both sides will now move on. Kyle Hankins. And now he has been tossed by the home plate umpire. And now the pitcher has been thrown out, Alexander. And now the home plate umpire is giving a talking to from Hankins. So first base umpire and Hankins were about to be on their way as it gets settled. And then the home plate umpire tossed Hankins out of the ballgame. The first base umpire was moving back to his spot. And then the first base umpire threw out the pitcher, Alexander. And so there will be a new pitcher that'll be coming on for the Drovers, and we'll see who it is. And it looks like assistant coach, one of the assistant coaches, either Mason Stazen or Joey Pavlovich, either one of those had to bring head coach Tyle Hankins back from the home plate umpire as he's given his protest. So we'll see who is going to be taking over and managing for the Drovers now. And there will be a new pitcher as Alexander has been tossed from the game, as well as his head coach Tyle Hankins. So fireworks here in the top of the 5th. It was a full count, and it was a little chopper toward first that was handled by McDowell. The toss was to Alexander right at the bag, and they say the first base umpire said he was safe. And we'll have a new pitcher coming on for the Drovers as we'll take a timeout and get right back to the action for you. Again, head coach Tyle Hankins for the Drovers tossed out of the ball game, as well as the pitcher, Caden Alexander. And we'll have a new pitcher coming on. We'll let you know who it is. You're listening to the SAC Tournament Championship on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you for the SAC Tournament Championship. New pitcher on the mound for the Drovers after Caden Alexander was tossed from the ball game, protesting a play at the bag at first base, where McDowell, the first baseman, tossed it to Alexander, and Alexander thought he had got to the bag in time before Cross Factor got there. Manager Tyle Hankins has been tossed from the game as well,
Now pitching, Adam Day at the plate.
as
Peyton
he
Clifton.
gave a talking to the first base umpire. And the new pitcher now is number 5, Adam Day. First pitch coming in cold. He wasn't warming up. No one was warming up in the Drovers bullpen. Adam Day, a sophomore out of Glen Rose, Arkansas, now coming in relief. The runner goes as Cross Factor. It's outside for a ball, sliding in, and he is safe. So it'll be a stolen base for Cross Factor. Collision there from the shortstop Henderson and Factor. And it looks like everyone's all right on the play. And for Cross Factor, that's his 17th stolen base on the season. He's only had one caught stealing. This one lined right at the second baseman, Gaunt. Right place, right time on that hit as it was roped. Factor got back to second quickly. And so now one out, and this will bring up the DH, Cade Stevens.
Now up, Cade Stevens.
So the Drovers now have assistant coach Joey Pavlovich. Now stepping in place of head coach Tyle Hankins, who was tossed from the ball game here in the fifth. This one high. Six to 5 the score. Runner at second. Cross Factor got on an infield hit to first base. This one a breaking ball that misses outside. It was a slider. 2-0 the count. This one another slider that misses. And we will have a mound visit from the catcher Pena to Adam Day. Adam Day coming in cold right out of the dugout as no one was warming before the tossing of pitcher Alexander. And we'll get you the final line for Alexander. He came in relief and did a pretty good job for the Drovers in place of starting pitcher Josh Harrell. So Caden Alexander, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, only gave up 1 run. That one was earned. Had 2 strikeouts. He had 36 pitches total and 22 for strikes. This one is fouled straight back from Stevens. The count now 3-1. This one fouled off the catcher, Pena. Full count. Adam Day on the mound for the Drovers, a sophomore, has pitched 8 innings. And this one is outside for a walk. So it's a 1-out walk, and now runners at first and second. That does create the force for the Drovers. And this will be the first baseman, Fred Walters, stepping in.
At bat, Frederick Walter.
Again, Adam Day stepping in place of Alexander, who got tossed to start this inning. This one in the dirt for ball 1 to Fred Walter. Day has given up 20 hits and 17 runs. This is a breaking ball, high one, swing and a miss. Day has 10 walks to 8 strikeouts. This one hits the inside corner on a fastball. 1-2 the count. Fred on the day, 1 for 2 with an RBI. This one, a fastball, just misses low. 2-2 the count. Comes the 2-2. It's low. Count now full. Fred's last at bat was a solo shot to left. That put the Stars on top 6-5. This one fouled back. Walter is trying to extend the Stars' lead here. Top 5, count full with 1 out. Here's the payoff. It misses outside. It was a slider that was high. And the bases are loaded now. And this will bring up the right fielder, Felix Chenier-Rondeau.
The right fielder, Felix Chenier-Rondeau.
Chenier-Rondeau's last at bat, he popped up to first base. Has the bases loaded here with 1 out. Pitch from Day is outside for a ball. Rondeau is 0 for 2. Fouled off of the catcher, Pena. Count is at 1-1. We have some action in the bullpen for the Drovers. Looks like number 32. It's going to be J.D. Prather, lefty freshman. This one lined into right, and that will score Factor from third. Stevens rounding third. He'll score. And the Stars are on top, 8-5. On a 1-out base hit from Felix Chenier-Rondeau. Stars extend their lead to 3 now. Runners on first and second, 1 out.
The shortstop, Chad Pike.
And this will be the shortstop, Chad Pike. This one chopped foul toward the Stars dugout. Two runs scored for the Stars here in the top of the 5th. Still looking for more. Runners at first and second, 1 out. The 1 outside. One the count. This one hit towards short. It might be 2. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first in time. A double play to end the inning. It was Gaunt to Henderson. And Henderson to McDowell for the double play. So the Stars get 2, but they strand 1 as we move to the bottom half of the 5th. In a heated matchup here today, Stars up 3. Again, the Drovers had their pitcher Alexander tossed, as well as head coach Tyle Hankins, after protesting the first at-bat in the top of the 5th. It was cross Factor with a little grounder to first. First baseman McDowell had it and tossed it to Alexander and thought they got the out, but first base ump said no. And so that might be a changing of the tides for the Stars. They get 2 to extend their lead to 3. We'll take a break and get right back to you. You're listening to the SAC Tournament Championship on OCUsports.com. We are now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Stars leading 8-5. First pitch from Jacob Wright is outside for a ball to leadoff man Joey Pena. Pena on the day, 1 for 2. Changeup misses from Wright. 2-0 the count. Pena started the scoring for the Drovers as this one just misses low. Count moves up to 3-0. Pena, a 2-run shot to left in the bottom of the 1st. This one hits the inside corner for a strike. Pena was trying to make his way to 1st. Here comes the 3-1. Good breaking ball, slider from Wright. And the count now 3-2. Full. Here comes the payoff. It's fouled back. Here comes another payoff. It's in the dirt, and it's a leadoff walk. And we will have a pinch runner coming on. It's going to be number 6, Colton Bench. Colton Bench stepping in for Pena at 1st. Bench is a senior out of Mustang, Oklahoma. And now at bat for the Drovers is the first baseman, Peyton McDowell. He hits this one out of play. It was a moonshot that was turned on. McDowell on the day, 1 for 2. McDowell has 1 of the 5 strikeouts for Jacob Wright. Throw to 1st, not in time. Checking on Bench. Good slider for a strike. 0-2 the count. Wright checks the runner. Now delivers. Swing and a miss. 6th strikeout for Jacob Wright. One out in the bottom of the 5th.
Second baseman, Gage Gaunt.
And this will be the second baseman, Gage Gaunt. Throw to 1st, checking on Bench. Gaunt's last at bat, he grounded out to 3rd in the bottom of the 3rd. Arroyo on deck for the Drovers. This one is high. Taylor almost decided to throw to 1st. Checking on Bench. This one in the dirt, blocked by Taylor. Count 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 from right. In the dirt, blocked. Runner stays put. And it's going to be an out as the batter played the ball. He gave a touch on the ball in the batter's box. And now the assistant coach, who is stepping in place for Tyle Hankins, who got tossed back earlier in this inning. And so now 2 outs. And I believe it's Joey Pavlovich, who's the third base umpire, third base coach, beg your pardon. Now in place of Tyle Hankins. And this will be
Gabriel Arroyo at the plate.
Gabriel Arroyo, who is 0 for 1. This one hit towards short. Pike with it, tossed to second, and that'll end the inning. So there were no hits, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on for the Drovers. And we move now to the 6th with the Stars on top, 8-5. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you on the call for Stars against the Drovers in the SAC Tournament Championship. Stars on top 8-5 as we move to the 6th. OCU Athletics thanks to these sponsors for their generous support of the Stars. Delaware Resource Group, Hilton Garden Inn Northwest, Mercy Hospital, OCU Bookstore, OG&E, Paycom, Prosperity Bank, Staybridge Suites, and Tinker Federal Credit Union. Leading things off for Oklahoma City will be the catcher, Dylan Taylor. Taylor on the day, 0 for 1. This pitch is high and away over the head of Taylor. Taylor's last at-bat, he lined out to the third baseman, Lewis. Fastball from Day misses. 2-0 the count. This one is high from Day. The count moves up to 3-0. Taylor shows bunt, and it's a walk. A 4-pitch walk. And we will have pinch runner coming in for Dylan Taylor. And it'll be Hunter Linehan. Linehan, a freshman out of Edmond. Assistant coach coming out now to check with the first base umpire, trying to give an appeal on the bunt, showing. They say he didn't have it. You say that Taylor brought it back, so it'll be a walk, 4-pitch walk. Home plate umpire did not give an appeal, as the Drovers were thinking that Taylor did not pull the bat back. And now we are in the top of the order. It's the second baseman, Noah Barks. Barks on the day is 1 for 1. He has a couple walks. He shows bunt here and squares it. Third baseman with the throw, stumbles a little bit, gets away from McDowell. The runner, Linehan, moves to third. Barks will move to second on the throwing error from third baseman Lewis. Barks got it down really well. Lewis had to come on quickly. He fielded it and started to stumble on his way to making the throw. And that's what made it short, and McDowell couldn't field it. And it dribbled along in foul territory. So now no outs. Runners move to second and third. Linehan all the way from first to third. And now it'll be Darian Looper who pops this one up to center field. Tagging is Linehan. Throw it, catch is made. The throw comes home. Sliding safe is Linehan. And the Stars are on top, 9-5. Ball kept on pushing with the south breeze today. Center fielder Shumway had it. Got it to the cutoff. The throw came home, and it was not in time. And this will bring up Cross Factor, senior out of Yukon. This one popped up along the third base side. Lewis trying to find it. It will get out of play. Owen won the count. This one hit towards second. That's Gaunt with it. The throw to first in time for out number 2. Barks moves from second to third on the play. So now 90 feet away, and this will bring up the left fielder, Peyton Crispin.
At bat, Peyton Crispin.
First pitch is a ball from Day to Crispin. On deck is the DH, Cade Stevens, if Crispin can get on board here. Here comes the 1-1. This one lined past the second baseman, gone into right field. That'll score Barks. And the Stars extend their lead now to 5. It's 10-5, the score. An RBI single from Peyton Crispin. And now this will be the DH, Cade Stevens. Stevens on the day 0 for 2. Stevens last at bat drew a walk. This one hit into center field. Going back, jumping for it, Shumway, and he has it. What a play from the center fielder, as it was right along the wall. He had to jump high for it. A little bit of a snow cone. So that'll end the inning. Stars add 2 more here in the top of the 6th and extend their lead now to 5. We move to the bottom half. Drovers coming up. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you on the call for the SAC Tournament Championship. As the Stars Sports Medicine partner, Mercy keeps them at the top of their game, and they can do it for your team too. From checkups and physicals to specialty care, Mercy's here to keep your family off the bench, feeling, living, and playing their best. Find and schedule your primary care provider at mercy.net/OCU. Visit mercy.net/OCU to book your appointment online. At Mercy, your life is our life's work. And we will have a new pitcher on the mound for the Stars. It's going to be number 32, Chris Benefield, senior out of Owasso, Oklahoma, in the Tulsa area. Comes on in relief for Jacob Wright, the starting pitcher for the Stars. And let's get you the final line for Wright here today. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. He had 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. 92 total pitches for Wright, 55 for strikes. And so Chris Benefield will come in with a 5-run lead as the first pitch is high and inside for ball 1. To the leadoff man, Jake Womack. This one on the outside corner. Good breaking ball for a cold strike. Stars were able to get 2 runs on 2 hits with 1 error. They left 1 aboard, but extend their lead to 5 in the top half of the 6th. This one is high, the count 2-1. Chris Benefield on the season, as this one is chopped foul. A 10.32 ERA, 1-0 record. He's pitched 11 and a third. 15 runs. 15 hits, 14 runs. He has 10 strikeouts and 5 walks. This one in there for a called strike. So the first batter for Benefield is a strikeout. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Brandon Shumway. Shumway is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Center fielder, Brandon Shumway.
Made a tremendous play to end the inning, the top frame of the 6th against the DH, Cade Stevens. First pitch to Shumway is high for ball 1. This one, a breaking ball that just misses inside. Or actually, was that a cold strike? Umpire pointed 1-1. He didn't give a strike call. This one is a strike call. Let's see what he gives the count at now. 2-1 the count. So it was 2-0 and then a strike there. Hit towards second. Barks with it. throw to first in time. Have a give a backhand on the grounder to his right. And this will bring up Luke Lewis.
Now up, Luke Lewis.
Lewis in the 9 spot for the Drovers. Good breaking ball from Benefield for a called strike. Luke Lewis, a sophomore. He's batting .213. This one in there for a called strike. 0-2 the count. Lewis has 19 hits on the season in 89 at-bats. This one, a fastball, just misses the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Here comes the 1-2 from Benefield. Fouled straight back. He just gets a piece of it, does Lewis, to stay alive. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And Benefield coming in place of right. Retires the side in order. And we move now to the top of the 7th. Stars still on top by 5. 10-5 your score. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OSUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you on the call for the SAC Tournament Championship. It's the number 1 seed Stars against the number 2 seed Science and Arts of Oklahoma, the Drovers. This one inside to the leadoff man, Frederick Walter, who is 1 for 2. Stars have 10 runs on 8 hits with 2 errors. This one chopped foul. 1-1 the count. Drovers have 5 runs on 4 hits with 2 errors. Here comes the 1-1. Flied into right. Lifted, but under it is the right fielder, Arroyo. You always got to be on your feet when a ball is lifted here today, as the south breeze is blowing strong on this hot afternoon in Oklahoma City. And this will be Felix Cheney-Rondeau stepping in. He is 1 for 3. He delivered an 2 RBI single in the top of the 5th, as this one gets away from Day for ball 2. There's a 2 RBI single into right, scoring Stevens and Factor from second and third. This one is high for ball 3. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. On deck will be Chad Pike. Infield shifted a little bit to the right. This one fouled straight back. Shortstop playing more to the second base side. Shanae Rondeau, a sophomore out of Quebec, Canada. Here comes the 3-1. Hit into left. Paleo there has to make a jump for it, but he's got it for out number 2. Good contact on it from Shanae Rondeau, but Paleo was in the right spot. First 2 batters retired now, and this will bring up Chad Pike, the shortstop. Pike is 1 for 3 on the day with the strikeout, but a solo shot to right in the top of the 2nd to help start the Stars rally. 4 runs down going into the top of the 2nd. This one misses outside. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1. On the outside corner, called strike. One, 2 the count, 2 outs. The pitch in the dirt, 2-2. Dylan Taylor on deck, catcher for the Stars. Pike already has 1 home run on the day. Let's see if he can get a second. He will take some time here and get some of the dust out of his eyes. Wind blowing strong. Here comes the 2-2 from Day. Just misses outside. Was a breaking ball, like a slider. Full count. Very lively crowd as fireworks have been going on here today. Coach for the Drovers, as this one is a base hit into right. Pike rounding first. He will stay there with the throw coming in. It gets past the shortstop, but it gets to the third baseman, and Pike will stay put. So it's a 2-out base hit, and this will be the catcher, Dylan Taylor. As I was mentioning, back in the top of the 5th, head coach Tyle Hankins got tossed during the first at-bat of the inning on a bang-bang play at first, as well as the pitcher, Caden Alexander. This one is popped up into center field. Shumway under it for out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. As we move to the bottom of the 7th, we'll stretch it out here at Jim Wade Stadium. Stars still on top, 10-5. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you for the SAC Tournament Championship. We stretched it out here at Jim Wade Stadium, and we're ready for the bottom of the 7th. Stars up 10-5. First pitch from Benefield is inside to the leadoff batter, Luis Paleo. This one inside as well. 2-0 the count. Prosperity Bank believes in building genuine relationships, just like their sponsorship of OCU Athletics. The community banking philosophy. Prosperity Bank earns business based on service and convenience. Visit prosperitybankusa.com to find a banking center near you. The 2-0 pitch was on the inside corner for a strike. This one chopped toward first base. Walter with it has a tough time initially, but is able to collect it and step on the bag for out number 1. And this will be the shortstop, Brock Henderson. Henderson on the day, 1 for 3. Fastball misses outside. Henderson's last at bat, he grounded out to third in the bottom of the 4th. This one fouled out of play just on top of this Stars dugout. Wynn tried to help push it back in play. Walter was over there in case it did. This one misses inside from Benefield. 2-1 the count. Good breaking ball from Benefield. 2-2 the count. This one chopped foul. Two and two the count, 1 out. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball, base hit into right center. Cutting it off is Chenier Rondeau. He'll get the throw in. And it's a 1-out base hit for Henderson, who's now 2 for 4.
The catcher.
This will be the catcher, Pena. Pena on the day, 1 for 2. This one misses inside. It almost gets Pena. One of the 2 home runs delivered by the Drovers today. This one hit toward third. Looper with it. Throw to second in time for 1. Throw to first in time. Double play. Stars in the inning on the double play. 5-4-3. And we move to the top of the 8th. Stars on top, 10-5. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. We're in the top of the 8th inning. The SAC Tournament Championship. Noah Barks, top of the order for the Stars. First pitch, hit into left, and that'll drop for a base hit. Cutting it off is Pelio. The throw to second. Barks trying to stretch it for 2. He's safe. Noah Barks now in scoring position for the Stars.
The third baseman, Darian Looper.
Big play there at second as he tried to stretch it for 2. It was a good throw from Paleo and left. Sort of got toward the gap. Barks decided to stretch it for 2, and he was there. Now we'll bring up Darian Looper. Check swing foul as it's chopped along the first base side. Cross factor is on deck. Darian Looper, 1 for 2, has delivered 4 of the Stars' 10 runs. He shows bunt there and brings it back. Looper with a 3-run shot to left in the top of the 2nd. And then a sac fly, RBI sac fly in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss here. The count 1-2. Barks at second. This one high inside. 2-2 the count. So a leadoff double for the Stars as Noah Barks stretched it out to second on a base hit into left. This one low from Day. The count now full, 3-2. Here comes the payoff. Lined into left over the shortstop's glove. Henderson rounding third is Barks. The throw home. It's cut off. And Looper will now move to second on the play as it gets away from the catcher. So it's an RBI single into left. And it should be an error on the catcher who couldn't field it cleanly. And now the score 11-5.
At bat, cross factor.
Looper at second now in scoring position on a single and error. And now cross factor steps in. This one hit high into left. Pushing. And it's gone! A 2-run shot for cross factor. His 26th of the season. And the score now 13-5. Stars. An oppo shot into left. And now a pitching change will be made as the assistant coach, Joey Pavlovich, will come out. And Adam Day will be taken off. And we'll let you know who the new pitcher is coming in for the Drovers. Stars put up 3 in the top of the 8th, still with no outs. You're listening to the SAC Tournament Championship on OCUSports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you at Jim Wade Stadium for the SAC Tournament Championship. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Drovers. And it's going to be number 32, J.D. Prather, freshman. He's pitched 5 in 1 innings, gave up 5 runs and 5 hits, has a 6.75 ERA. Prather is out of Amber, Oklahoma. Big lefty on the mound now. Comes in with down 8. 3 runs already put up in the top of the 8th, and this will be left fielder Peyton Crispin. First pitch is in there from Prather for a strike. There's also been a change for the home plate umpire. Throughout the game, we've seen the home plate umpire, as this one misses, during the middle of every inning, get cooled off by an athletic trainer with a cool towel and trying to keep them cooled down and everything. And during the middle of the inning, he decided he couldn't go anymore. And so a new home plate umpire now behind the plate. The count now 2-1. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. 3-1 the count to Crispin. It was a good round of applause for the home plate umpire as he went off this one outside, and it'll be a walk. And we'll have a pinch hitter coming in. It's going to be number 5, Evan Mon.
Your attention please, now batting, Evan Mon.
Evan Mon, senior out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania, has played a big part of the Stars making their way to the championship game throughout the last couple of days. This one outside for a ball. Here's the pitch from Prather. It just misses. Counts up to 2-0. Runner at first is Crispin. This one is high. Count moves up to 3-0. Prather having a tough time trying to find the strike zone here. Throw to first, checking on Crispin. And again, the home plate umpire, the original home plate umpire, has come off. Looks like having some trouble with this heat here today as it sits at 90 degrees. This one is a called strike. Evan Mon was making his way to first. The count 3-1 now. Heat index right around the mid-90s at 96. This one misses low for a walk. So J.D. Prather, the freshman, big tough spot to come in down 8 runs. The first 2 batters he faced have been walks, and this will bring up Fred Walter.
Now up, Frederick Walter.
This one chopped foul along the third base side. Evan Mon, who came in to pitch in, is in graduate school right now trying to get his MBA. Graduation was just a few days ago on Saturday. Swing and a miss from Walter. He's outside the zone on a changeup. Stars were able to deliver a senior graduate day win. It was 9-4 against Texas Wesleyan, the number 4 seed. A strikeout here of Fred Walter for out number 1. And this will be another pinch hitter coming in. It's going to be Jesse Fonaboa, number 25. Fonaboa has played a big factor as well during this tournament. Normally getting the starting nod in right. Today, Felix Chenet-Rondeau getting it. Fontavoa, a junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. This one low for ball 1. Fontavoa has been hitting .351. He's delivered 41 runs, 46 hits, 30 RBI. This one fouled off toward the right. He's now at 10 home runs, which is in 3rd for the ball club. One out, runners at first and second. Here comes the 1-1. Hit towards short. Henderson with it. Throw to second in time for 1. Throw to first. A double play to end the inning. 6-4-3 on the putout. 1 stranded, but 3 runs added on, and the Stars extend their lead now to 8. And we move to the bottom of the 8th now. You're listening to the SAC Tournament Championship on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you on the call for the SAC Tournament Championship. Stars on top by 8, 13-5. As we move to the bottom half. Reminding you that you can support OCU Athletics through joining the Champions Club. Make a difference for an OCU student athlete through making a tax-deductible gift to the Champions Club, which can be designated to a specific intercollegiate team, the General Athletic Fund, or the Athletic Endowment. For information, visit the Champions Club page at OCUchampionsclub.com or call Chris Maxon at 405-208-5431 and become an OCU champion today. First pitch to Peyton McDowell, the first baseman. A swing and a miss. And the 0-1 here is outside for ball 1. The count 1-1. McDowell on the day, 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. This one off the mark from Benefield, wide. Must have slipped out of his hands. Again, a warm, windy day in Oklahoma City. Two and one the count. Fastball in there for a cold strike. Do have some action in the Stars bullpen. It's number 14, Rylan Roberson, freshman out of Edmond. Here comes the 2-2 in the dirt. Here comes the payoff. Check swing. Appeal to first. They say he didn't go around. So it's a walk. And this will bring up second baseman Gaunt.
Now up, Gage Gaunt.
Gage Gaunt on the day, 1 for 3. This one fouled off the catcher, Taylor. That one hurts. Gaunt was called out at the plate on a batter's interference. The ball hit the dirt, was in the dirt on the pitch, and the ball floated up, and Gaunt made an interference on it. The throw to second in time for out number 2. That was the only play that Looper had, trying to field that one. So a 5-4 put out.
At bat, Gabriel Arroyo.
And that's the first out, beg your pardon. And this will bring up Gabriel Arroyo. Arroyo 0 for 2 with the strikeout. This one pops straight up. Taylor trying to find it. Looper is there as it floats toward him, and he's under it in foul territory for out number 2. The winds certainly playing a factor today in many of the at-bats. A lot of home runs.
Now up, Jake Womack.
A total of 6 home runs from each total from both teams. This is a breaking ball. Throw to first from Taylor, trying to check the runner. At bat now, Jake Womack, who was 0 for 1 with an RBI. He had an RBI sac fly back in the bottom of the first. This one hit towards short. Pike with it. Tossed to second in time for out number 3. So the Stars are 3 outs away now, and they'll come up to try to add some more on. We move to the top of the 9th here at Jim White Stadium. You've been listening to the SAC Tournament Championship on OCUsports.com.
At bat,
Top of the ninth
Chad Pike.
here at Jim Wade's Stadium. Chad Pike leading things off for the Stars, trying to add to their 8-run lead. This one's hit toward third, just foul. Third base umpire had to jump out of the way of that one. All 5 runs today for the Drovers came in the bottom of the first. And from there on, it's been zeros on the board. This one in the dirt from Prather. Count 1-1. Chad Pike on the day, 2 for 4. Has 1 RBI. That was his solo shot to right field in the top of the second. Pike is a switch hitter, and so he's batting from against the lefty as a right-handed batter. His home run earlier was against the starting pitcher, a righty, and he hit it from the left side. This one popped up to second base. Under it is Gaunt for out number 1. And this will be the catcher, Dylan Taylor, now.
At bat, Dylan Taylor.
One out in the inning. This one outside from Prather. Taylor on the day, 0 for 2. Breaking ball misses outside. Another breaking ball misses outside. 3-0 the count. And this will be a 4-pitch walk to the catcher, Dylan Taylor. And we should have a pinch runner coming on, and we will. It's Hunter Linehan. As per usual, when Taylor gets aboard, Linehan will be on the bases running. And we're in the top of the order now. It's Noah Barks.
At bat, Noah Barks.
Barks on the day, 3 for 3. This one a breaking ball high and outside. Barks last at bat, he hit it toward the gap in left. Paleo got to it quickly and delivered a throw to second. Barks tried to stretch it out for a double, and he got there. That was leading things off in the top of the 8th. He ended up scoring on a single from Darian Looper. This one fouled away toward the right. Again, Barks ended up scoring on a single into left from Darian Looper. He has 2 walks and 3 hits on the day. 1 fouled off of the catcher, Pena. In that top of the correction in the bottom of the 8th, Jesse Fonaboa replaced Shanae Rondeau in right. So now he'll be in right going into the bottom of the 9th. This one popped up along the first base side, and that will drop in fair territory. And it'll be a little bloop single for Noah Barks. Sort of in no man's land. The first baseman, McDowell, tried to make a play on it. Had to look over his head to find it. Also into the sun as well. And just dropped fair. About 2 yards inside of the foul line. So runners at first and second now, 1 out. And this will be Darian Looper. This one low for ball 1. Again, Looper's last at bat, a single into left. RBI single. He ended up advancing to second on a throwing error from the left fielder. He has 5 RBI, beg your pardon. Delivered a 3-run shot in the top of the second. This one outside. 2-0 the count. Looper had his RBI sac fly as he check swing this here off of Pena. 2-1 the count. Ken Looper back in the top of the 6th had RBI sac fly into right, scoring Linehan. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Do have some action going in the Drovers bullpen. And it's number 30, Jacob Williams, right-handed sophomore. This one, a changeup in the dirt. 3-2, full count. See if the runners will be going on this one. Cross factor on deck. Swing and a miss. High fastball from Prather gets Looper for out number 2. And this will be cross factors stepping in. 2 for 5 on the day, 2 RBI.
The center fielder, cross factor.
Factor tops the NAIA in batting average. He's now up to 528. This one in there for a called strike. He sits at 26 home runs now. This one a looping slider in for a called strike. On deck is left fielder Peyton Crispin. This one outside for a ball, 1-2. Factor just sits behind now Miguel Beltran at 26. Beltran, last guy to hit 25 or more. Swing and a miss from Factor to end the inning. 2 stranded for the Stars. No runs coming across. And 3 outs for the Stars to get the tournament championship on their home field. We'll be right back here with you to watch it happen. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you. 3 more outs for the Stars to get the tournament championship. They lead 13-5. Chris Benefield staying on the mound for the Stars to close this one out. What a storyline it would be, as Benefield's mother, Christy, was an OCU alum, and she worked as a manager for Danny Craball in the baseball program. And Benefield here trying to close it out for the Stars for the tournament championship. Leading off for the Drovers is Brandon Shumway. He hits this one into right. Deep. Fontaboa diving for it, and he's got it for out number 1. What a play, Jesse Fontaboa. And we will have a pinch hitter coming in for the Drovers, as it's number 16, Will Hoke. Hoach is batting .250, wears number 16. This one outside for a ball. He has 72 at-bats on the season. 12 runs, 18 hits, 14 RBI. This one outside for ball 2. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss. 2-1 the count. 2 more outs for the Stars. Their last tournament title was in 2017. 4-year drought for Oklahoma City, as this one misses. 3-1 the count. Oklahoma City has 12 total tournament titles. This one misses low, and it will be a walk. There is some action in the bullpen going on still. Ryland Roberson will have a pinch runner come in for the Drovers. It's going to be number 7, Luke Lewis. So Luke Lewis coming in at first base to run for the Drovers. And this will be Luis Paleo, the left fielder. This pitch is inside for a ball.
Now up, Luis Paleo.
Here comes the 1-0. Fastball hit into left for a base hit. And so 2 are aboard now with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th.
At bat, Brock Henderson.
And Danny Craball will be making his way out for a change. It's going to be Ryland Roberson coming in for Chris Benefield, who has a tremendous day in relief for starting pitcher Jacob Wright. And we'll get you the final line for Benefield as he hands it off to Roberson and makes his way to the dugout. A standing ovation from the Stars, crowd on hand. And we'll let you know more about Ryland Roberson as he looks to close things out for the tournament championship on his home field. Stick with us. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Andrew Shepard back here with you for the SAC Tournament Championship. We are in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. And coming in for Chris Benefield on the mound is Ryland Roberson, freshman out of Edmond. 6'3" righty comes in with runners at first and second. Roberson, a few days ago during the tournament, got in a relief appearance, pitched 2 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and 2 strikeouts. This one misses to the new batter, Brock Henderson, who is 2 for 4. And we'll give you the final line here for Chris Benefield. This one's fouled back. Benefield pitched 3 1/3, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. 46 total pitches, 26 for strikes. Breaking ball from Roberson misses, 2-1 the count. And Benefield is responsible for the runners at first and second. Here comes the 2-1, almost hits Henderson. 3-1 the count now with 1 out. Henderson's last at bat, he had a single into right in the bottom of the 7th. Hit towards short, might be 2, 1, 2, and that'll end it! The Stars have won the SAC Tournament Championship. They ended on a double play, 6-4-3. And the final score, 13-5. Stars get the tournament championship. First one since 2017. It's been a 4-year drought, and they get it here to get their 13th SAC tournament title. The Drovers have won the last 3, and that stops here as the Stars pull away 13-5 the final. We'll get you the final stats, final recap of everything that happened here today. Again, the Stars victorious. They've been dazzling all season, and they win their conference tournament championship. We'll be right back here with you. Stick with us. You're listening to Stars Baseball on OSUSports.com.
Congratulations to Science North on their season so far.
Andrew Shepard back here with you. Stars win the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship. Their 13th overall title and their first since 2017. Their last one that they've won was back 5 years ago. And so they break the drought and defeat the Drovers, who have won the last 3 tournament titles, by the final score of 13-5. So let's get you a final recap of everything that happened as the team makes their way to the mound for some pictures and getting their trophies. We'll let you know as well some of the awards coming Oklahoma City's way for a few individuals. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but let's let you know about everything here for the 13-5 victory. Jacob Wright, starting pitcher for Oklahoma City, gets the win. He moves to 4-0 on the season. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. The big lefty out of Cass City, Michigan, gets the win for the Stars. Losing pitcher for Science and Arts is Harrell, and he moves to 5-4 on the season with the loss. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned. He had 3 walks, no strikeouts. He gave up 2 home runs on the afternoon. And he had, let's see here, 44 pitches and 20 for strikes. So again, losing pitcher, Josh Harrell, moves to 5-4. Coming in relief for Harrell was Caden Alexander. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. He gave up 1 home run. He had 36 pitches and 24 for strikes. And it seems like this was a day ago, a long time ago, but Caden Alexander got tossed in the top of the 5th inning on a bang-bang play at first base, where the first baseman McDowell got a grounder from cross factor to his right and tossed it to Caden Alexander at the bag. And they called factor safe. And there was big protests from the dugout, from the Drovers, and from Caden Alexander and all of the infield on the play. And eventually in the process, Caden Alexander was tossed by the first base umpire. What correlated was the head coach from the Drovers coming out, Tyle Hankins, who gave a big talking to the first base umpire. And after some exchanges, they went their separate ways as Hankins was going to his dugout, and the first base ump was headed back to his spot. And during that time, Alexander was still on the mound, the pitcher for the Drovers, and he gave some words to the first base umpire, and he was tossed. And when Hankins was going to the dugout, he gave some final words to the home plate umpire, and the home plate umpire threw out Hankins. So, player thrown out, coach thrown out, and that started the shift in tides in this ball game. And it got out of hand for the Drovers. So taking the place of Tyle Hankins was assistant coach Joey Pavlovich. And they had to get a new pitcher, which was Day, who came in relief for Alexander. Adam Day. He came in cold as he was not warming up in the bullpen or anything. So they had to give him some time to warm up. And Day came in and had a tough outing. 3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He had 3 walks and no strikeouts. Gave up 1 home run. Day had 57 pitches and 34 strikes. And then coming in relief for Day was J.D. Prather. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Prather had 38 pitches and 19 for strikes. Coming in relief for Jacob Wright, the starting pitcher, was Chris Benefield. A tremendous outing for the senior out of Owasso, Oklahoma. He pitched 3 1/3, gave up 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And then it was Rylan Roberson who took over in the bottom of the 9th. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts to end the game on a double play, 6-4-3, Pike to Barks to Walter to get the SAC Tournament Championship. So again, Jacob Wright 4-0, losing pitcher Harrell 5-4. Let's get to a recap of the hitting here today. Going down the lineup for Science and Arts, left fielder Paleo 1 for 4, Henderson 2 for 5, Pena 1 for 3, McDowell 1 for 3, Gage Gaunt 1 for 4, right fielder Arroyo 0 for 3, the DH Womack 0 for 2, center fielder Shumway 0 for 4, third baseman Lewis 0 for 3. And that's the hitting for the Drovers here today. For the Stars, they put up 13 hits here today and get 13 runs as well. Noah Barks 4 for 4. Darian Looper, the third baseman, 2 for 4. Cross Factor 2 for 6. Left fielder Peyton Crispin 1 for 4. The designated hitter Evan Mond, he had a pinch hitting appearance in place of Cade Stevens. He drew a walk. Cade Stevens today 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Fred Walter at first base, 1 for 4. Felix Chenier-Rondeau, starting things off in right field, went 2 for 4 with 2 RBI and 1 hit. Jesse Vaughn-Aboa had a pinch hit appearance in place of Chenier-Rondeau, and he was 0 for 1. Chad Pike, the shortstop, in the 8-hole, 2 for 5 today. Dylan Taylor, the catcher, 0 for 2. And that is the hitting for the Stars here today. And let's get you the scoring. A lot of it for the Stars. Starting things off was Peyton Crispin in the top of the first on an RBI ground out to second. With runners at second and third, it scored Looper from third to put the Stars up 1-0. Then the Drovers got all of their 5 runs on the day in the bottom of the first. It came off of 2 home runs and an RBI sac fly. Pena, the catcher, a home run to left, a 2-run home run to put the Drovers up 2-1. And then it was the second baseman, Gaunt, with a home run into right field, a 2-run shot to put the Drovers up 4-1. And then later on in the inning, it was the RBI sac fly from Womack along the left field line. Shortstop Chad Pike made a great play on it, but the runner tagged from third to score did Arroyo. So the Drovers were up 5-1 going into the second. And then the Stars responded. 4 runs to tie things up in the second, courtesy of Chad Pike. A solo shot to right to put things at 5-2. And then it was Darian Looper, a 3-run shot to left, scoring Barks Linehan. And that tied things up after 2 at 5 apiece. Then Fred Walter gave the Stars the lead back in the top of the third with a solo shot to left. And for Fred Walter, that was his 13th home run of the season. Puts him in second behind Cross Factor, who is now at 26. And that 26th one we'll let you know here coming up. Moving things along into the top of the fifth, Felix Chenerondo with a 2 RBI double into right, scoring Stevens and Factor. And that moved the lead up to 3. It was 8-5 through 5. And then in the top of the 6th, Darian Looper, an RBI sac fly into right center, scoring Linehan from third. And the Stars were up 4, 9-5. Then Peyton Crispin got another run across for the Stars in the top of the 6th. A 2-run 6th inning. RBI single into right, scoring Barks. No one scored in the 7th inning. Zeros on the board, and then the Stars get 3 in the 8th. Darian Looper, an RBI single into left, scoring Noah Barks. And then a 2-run shot from Cross Factor and Oppo into left center. And that was his 26th home run of the season to put the Stars up 13-5. And they were able to see things out the rest of the way to an 8-run victory, 13-5, the final score. So let's give you the awards that are on top of winning the 13th SAC tournament title. Danny Craybaugh getting his 13th in his 34th season with the Stars. The All Sooner Athletic Conference Team awards are out, and Cross Factor is the Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Year, and rightly so. He led all categories in hitting, and he is tops among the NAIA as well in batting average as well. He's second in home runs in the NAIA. His batting average .534. His total bases going into the SAC tournament was at 193, and his slugging percentage at 1.184. He was second in home runs at 26, at 25, doubles 25, runs scored 74, on base percentage of 600. And those have substantially increased throughout this tournament run. So Cross Factor, the Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Year, the Sooner Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Year is Eli Davis, a dazzling 1.04 ERA coming into the tournament, ranks third in the NAIA. And we'll let you know where he's currently at right now. He's up to a 1.07 ERA, 10-0 record. He got the win the other night during the victory against Texas Wesleyan, where he pitched 6 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, and just 1 run. He had 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. He's now pitched 67 1/3 innings, only given up 42 hits and 8 runs total. He's faced 236 batters. He has 91 strikeouts to 18 walks. Just phenomenal, just amazing from Eli Davis, the transfer from the University of Kansas. So he is the Sooner Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Year. And head coach Danny Craybaugh, rightly the Coach of the Year for the Stars and the Sooner Athletic Conference. So those are the awards on top of winning the tournament championship here today. And now we'll move things along as the Stars move to 47-4 overall, and looking ahead, we'll have the seedings come out on Thursday, and the selections will be made as Oklahoma City will host here coming up in a few weeks. Next week, beg your pardon, next Monday it will be. And we'll see who the Stars will be playing coming up this weekend. It should be on Saturday, I believe. So we'll see who the Stars will be taking on in the NAIA championships as they look to move things forward into a possible national championship. Their last one coming in 2005. Their only one in the NAIA. Their last appearance in the NAIA World Series was back in 2018. They had one in 17 as well. So they wrapped up the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament Championship, and now their sights are set high for a national championship, and we'll see who they'll be playing next week coming up here at Jim Wade Stadium. So again, we'll wrap this thing up here. The final score today, 13-5. Your champions are the Stars from Oklahoma City University. And we'll see where they get placed going into the NAIA championship as they'll be hosting here next week. So for Rich Tortorelli, I'm Andrew Shepard. So glad to be with you on the call. And we'll see you back here next week as the Stars will set their sights to a national championship now, wrapping up their 13th Sooner Athletic Conference tournament title. The last one coming in 07, a 4-year drought, and they snap it here against the Drovers of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. So once again, we thank you so much for joining us here today. Your final score, Stars 13, Drovers 5. You've been listening to Stars Baseball on OCUsports.com. Have a great evening.